please consider supporting the not-so-great Fawful's Minion on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link down in the description. Back for seconds. Okay, just leave the table intact, alright? Welcome back to Road to Remastery. The number 13's often debated to be lucky or unlucky. It too belongs to Kirby, so discuss. Not quite done with the pink pillager just yet. Just got done with bosses, but I can't just move on without topping off the entire package. They say there's no such thing as a bad Kirby game. False quit 2 games in, it's so true. Easy as they may come, ranking them sure isn't. Still, destiny calls, and she sounds hot. Just know that I set no rules, and I'm more happy for doing so. Spin-offs, core titles, don't care. If it makes me smile, I'm doing my absolute best to return it. Keep your phone charged, Kirbs. Making a ton of stops, and I'm gonna need a ride home. Onward to dreams! Okay. You know when you pray, hoping God hears it, then you get an answer making you wonder if he and Satan are just buddies co-directing the dark comedy called your life? Thanks for listening. It helps, it really does. I'm blessed. But this is pretty messed. That's what I get for asking for something fresh. Kirby Mass Murder, Attack, continues the spin-off majesty of heartfelt experimentation. Now with bonus fear for life. 10 Kirbys, all at once. Choke on it, Metal Gear. Somebody went and laced Kirby's scrumptidelicious cake with double cherries and Pikmin blood, and with it, everyone dies. But not before a great time. Mass Attack's a bona fide dip into the pool of broken mold. Canvas Curse's psychotic little brother forsakes the legendary copy ability and straight up marries the DS touchscreen at a wedding with a Lemmings theme. Bet Olimar's the best man. It's an addicting trek to trounce the evil Necrotius as you command the bloodthirsty Kirblings across Dreamland. To reiterate, a very similar appeal to Pikmin. Fling little globs of concentrated genocide at resident creatures, structures, anything. Literally wipe the planet clean for the sake of puzzles and kicks. Don't be alarmed, but I think I might have a semi. Never before has a game emphasized the raw, rosy-cheeked carnage of Kirby so potently, to the point where you can't see that as anything but blood on their cheeks. Greatest part, it's not entirely mindless. You got some puzzle solving, squad management, and a lot of fun fan-servicey sub-games with phenomenal sprite work. Gustav. Really wish Hal did this even more often. A new spin, even if it tumbles off course, is always welcome for me. Psst, did you hear? Logan, subtle. Got you tilted yet? Hey, no worries. I'm taking the tumble with that one. Most would urge Kirby to never do so ever again, but allow me to play green cheesy cheerleader for your very first cheers you up like no other. I suppose I can understand why the average fan finds Kirby Tilton Tumble to be both the worst spin-off and the worst game overall, but the spot I have for it is softer than he could ever be. The Sucky Joy Boys handheld leap from gray brick to color chunk splashed with comparable radiance. No copy abilities, no right to left. No me gusta, senor tacos. Through fancy accelerometers in the cartridge, giving it the forehead of four-headed Frankenstein, you get a taste of Nintendo's pre-Wii motion control mojo in an obstacle course type puzzle game starring Sakurai's pet Marshmallow. Though I personally wouldn't roast it. I gotta say, this is a charming, cute show in a series already cute and charming. Having played it for years, it was my first Kirby game. The nearly 20-year-old motion tech has always worked pretty well, and I couldn't even begin to tell you how stimulating it was back in the day. Oh, still is. Guiding Kirbs through zany pinball-like hazards through nothing but a Game Boy-shaped trackball is pretty fascinating. I don't even realize I look like a complete tart playing it because, big shock, it's fun! I find myself really enjoying the platforming side of Kirby thanks to Tilton Tumble's strange direction. The workarounds are surprisingly engaging with this cute gimmick replacing the copy abilities, actually supplying a decent challenge, which is amazing for this series. Yes, I'm kinda biased. I grew up with it, only barely didn't make a spot in top 10 nostalgic games, but there's clear passion to respect here. I would steal Jason Voorhees' murdering gig to see a sequel. Hopefully it's a thing before I reach space. Stubs crossed. Mirror, mirror on the wall, which is the bravest of them all? Don't make me say it, dumbass. What dashing rogue may sever the path? Just break me. Walk all on his own. You bought a mirror and won't even look at it? Oh, please, you know that'd crack it. Suppose not as much crack as I'm taking here. Amazing mirror over Nightmare in Dreamland? Trust me, I know where to get the good stuff! I can't understate just how so is the courageous second half of Kirby's GBA journey. What do you do when you're sick of the one and only road paved before you? Find Robert Frost, eat him, then carve out your own stupid yellow wooded path to travel by before he even picked up a pen. Kirby and the stupidly amazing mirror aspired to impress Metroid Senpai by sculpting the realm beyond the looking glass under her famously free-form handiwork. Yeah, for once Tuffy the Fluffy Puffy spits on every right-pointing arrow ever made and brings nothing but 3 buddies and a schizophrenic GPS. You can make a bottle of Kiwi Snapple from scratch in front of Subway taking a hot shower and still not be as fresh as this. The mirror world is so loose and interconnected, it really doesn't matter how you approach the path to conquer Dark Mind. Where other Kirby games give you power through exaggerated abilities, Amazing Mirror gives you power through control. And that's not a feeling you could forget even if you somehow wanted to. I understand that ruptures the franchise's magnificent simplicity, but who wants to look in the mirror the same way all the time? I'd be lying if I said everything was top of the line. The selection of abilities is weak sauce even for how fun Missile is. The bosses are next level pathetic, and all around, the whole package isn't quite as well baked as the world. Alas, very unique, very respectable, very fun. I'm running out of veries, but we'll never run out of praise. Never in my life would I have pictured a frilly arts and crafts project to be the strongest embodiment of haters gonna hate. Most only need a stupid pose and not a single care in the world to spread that word for the jolly gentlemen and women over at Good Feel. Only the spoils from the depths of their candy-coated heart could shout that so proud. The day they chose to spin a yarn colored maximum pink was the day the best Kirby spin-off ever made came to be. Funniest part is that you probably think I'm kidding. No, the Wii's softcore supplement to the series brought me to a realm very few games have, weaving Dreamland and its dwellers together with nothing but the purest of childhood craft continues the endearing, youthful charm Paper Mario pioneered so brilliantly and manages to sell me on the hotly contested lie. Age is but a number. You name it. Yarn, quilt, fabric, googly eyes, buttons. Any kid who's ever tried to make a friend out of a pipe cleaner gets it. Such wholesome direction on an already innocent icon made this a knitted shoo-in for cutest Kirby game ever. Funny, this face was green when I bought it. Now all the dolls slowly turning it pink. The gameplay sure doesn't slow that down either. A silky yarn lasso and boundless transformations make for an impressively fun 2D platformer, yoinking enemies to rivets, tossing them about Mario 2 style, and fiddling with the landscape really brings out the beautiful artistic design and bouncy atmosphere. It's something else, I tell ya. Yeah, you can't die, and it makes Yoshi's story look like a blindfolded Dark Souls run, but why should I care when there's this much fun to have? I'm gonna nod and say I did. Anything to keep playing. Imagination is the future, folks. Fear it not. Yeah, there we go! Kinda surprised it took me till now to highlight a major classic.
All that time telling jokes and no meat, looking like a real minion.
Yeah, don't push your luck. Nah, maybe call it suspense. Cause ain't no Kirby Games list gonna keep the Kirby game off. You knew it would be, just not where be. And now that you do, feel free to tilt your head off. The avant-garde game changer of SNES Majesty is placed highly on my tree of respect, despite not placing the same on a list of favorites. Superstar Ultra takes one of the most influential curb stomp romps and optimizes its fun factor for the DS generation. If Kirby's Adventure gave birth to the copy ability, Superstar raised it into a slick, handsome bacon bringer. Most new games add 3, maybe 4 to the mix. This bold boy added 12! And even more impressively, it expands every existing ability. Before, you'd only do like, what? One thing with a new fancy hat? Now swallowing that innocent animal whole forms entire new playstyles. You can do so much with just one power now. It set the Kirby standard for the rest of time. Heck, it probably influenced Smash Brothers. Superstar is all about the copy abilities, and you can imagine just how much classical joy it leads to. Tons. It almost carries itself as a mini-game collection, laying out an anthology of retro pink puff goodness, all with great gimmicks to their name. Milky Way wishes with its copy essences and fun storyline, Gourmet Race's silly charm, Dynablade's Candyland-like locales, Great Cave Offensive's treasure hunting, Revenge of Meta Knight's dialogue-heavy chapters, and of course, the arena's boss rush. Even more in Ultra, letting us pwn with Meta Knight, grudge match with masked DDD, play as enemies, and the infamous True Arena. A great package with excellent sprite work and some of the most iconic Kirby material in history. This sounds amazing. Why isn't it higher? The final 5 just do more for me. Glad I paid my respects. Onward to gushing. My, that probably took longer than expected. Usually the new toy effect expires after a week, and while a colorful handful may still think that HAL's current Cute Fest is just that, well, allow me to play friend for real. Kirby Star Allies is the latest, and, as the art of rhyme would have it, definitely deals out some of the greatest. Fair to say the devs have been spinning their wheelies with the last few core titles. Geez, you get that high, you gotta chill for at least a little bit. But any self-respecting Kirby fan can look past the potatoing of couches as long as you throw your own party. It took a few updates to start, but the Switch's splendid celebration of the iconic Kirby cast is still bumping. I'm surprised it took this long for the series to rub the whole friendship theme in our faces. It's called nuzzling. Don't care what it's called, the gang's all here. Animal Friends, Marks, Gooey, Adeline and Ribbon, Dark Meta Knight, Darochi, Taranza, Susie, and Magalore! Dream Friends is right. Forgive the heavy breathing. Heaven feels good. All these wonderfully fleshed out playable characters covering every base imaginable with their Smash Bros. Quality movesets. Oh! Makes you wanna sing! Trust me when I say multiplayer has never been better. That alongside a solidly crafted adventure featuring an incredibly tight ability roster. I love artists Spider and Steph, and may God kiss your bloody-eyed soul for bringing back Cleaning, Yo-Yo, and Beetle, finally expanding upon ability combos, and the lore innovating twists in its finer details makes this a Kirby veteran's Kirby game. Shame it's one of the easiest ever, with enemy interactions that outrun laser pointers, puzzles that answer themselves, and an average life count even a skyscraper full of potheads couldn't reach. It almost plays itself. Friends come and go, but the smiles they gave are always there.
I don't think we'll be seeing any more of that.
Is there a mouse in the house? I suppose you expect me to stand on a chair and squeal, huh? Fortunate for the deities of irony, I kinda am in a way. There is not a single Kirby game name drop that can cause my ears to perk up quicker than lightning. Squeak Squad hypes me up with just its name alone. Hopping from GBA to DS must have been a nice chill vacation for classical Kirby. With Canvas Curse doing all the innovating, the occasion was right to bring in vanilla action to the dual screens. Shame it's criticized and sometimes skipped, in part to the visual resemblances to the last few entries, because beyond that surface is a supremely stylish ride. Squeak Squad kinda feels like a giant cartoon episode. Kirby goes through hordes of ninjetic, sticky-fingered super rodents, dresses up in silly costumes, travels to the edge of deep space to vanquish celestial darkness for a single slice of cake. I love it. All the in-betweens are just tops. The titular mousy mischief makers swing charm and charisma around like a dual-wielded nunchucks, flinging around buckets of color and spunk in the pursuit of tamanis. Praiseth be Father Daruch. The rounds of dress-up showcase lavishly creative flagship copy abilities. Bubble, Magic, Animal, and Ghost are true delights, and complement the ability scroll's expansion of new and old powers very nicely. In every area it recycles, Squeak Squad always does something entirely unique to itself. Passing glances do not do it justice. Thrown in with one of my favorite boss rosters and level catalog, it's the kind of cool you just want to be. Stylish and bold in the face of convention. Clean. Squeaky clean. My favorite pixelated Kirby game, and proudly so. You know, when it comes to the declaration of love, once just isn't enough. Sometimes they need to be reminded if you really want to keep it. I very much do. So, once again, I say, I love you, Kirby 64. I remember a time when this game was considered really weird. Everybody plunging into the 3D realm out of peer pressure, leaving their sauce behind if need be. And this guy, all about copying, decides he's not gonna. Hey, Kirby, jump in. The 3Ds are great. Nah, I think I'm good. Fine, I'll go ask Earthworm Majima. I'm sure he'll have fun. I salute every last one of the 64 bits that made the absolute most out of this commendable life choice. The cute, quirky quest for the titular crystal shards is about as anti-formula as core Kirby comes, unchaining the locked potential of the iconic copy ability by allowing free-form mixing between 7 of the most elementary powers. Who needs fire breath and a sword when I can hide bombs in snow cones and sell them, rip off and throw my face like a boomerang, and third degree burn my scalp to become God? It's like you're a kid in a candy store if you can eat the candy and the store. Still one of the best innovations in the entire franchise, bar none. This is also where Kirby started its whole mime-style storytelling. Something so charming, cute, and funny, it's still wholeheartedly engaging amongst even the fanciest of cutscene spectacles. A pure, innocent twist given to the staple art style by the N64's Gateway graphics. It's like a wholesome drawing made by a proud kid. And that all reaches the bottom of both the line and my heart. Kirby 64 could make me feel like a kid, even if I was dust, keeping true to the identity it wanted and the series needed, to the point of giving the super innovative analog stick the fat middle finger he doesn't even have. There's a lot to take away here, folks, and I framed every bit of it the second I pushed start. Within a long cast of heroes to call for, they say your greatest is the one you call friend. And sure, he may level half the galaxy to come get his hug, but as the 3DS constantly suffered an original 2D platformer drought, nothing could be better. Contrary to general populace, it took me some time to truly appreciate Kirby's dazzling 3DS duology. Guess I was a touch too tart at the time, since I expected, nay, demanded, a lot of new, loud steps to be taken forward. Grow up, man. Have some fun. And once said fun finally hit me, my smile nearly ate my face. Both Triple Deluxe and Planet Robobot share the silver trophy, since they feel like two halves of a persistently fantastic road trip, hiking to the heavens along a mighty beanstalk to murder the empress of all insects. Take a rest stop and witness the mechanical colonization wrought by a corporate celestial supercomputer worshipping aliens. Lots of food, souvenirs, and whoa, Mega Man X! Every Kirby fan knows what to expect from mid-era releases. New copy abilities, new stages, new gimmick, new bosses, and in a sense, nothing's really changed here. But what makes these two so good is the quality of their contributions. I feel they cover each other's weaker side with their strongest. Triple Deluxe shines fantastically bright with its excellent new abilities: Circus, Archer, Bell, and Beetle. The last three of which are in my top 10 favorites ever. And though I like the Robobot fine, I felt Hypernova was a more entertaining gimmick. Such fun puzzles. All the while, Planet Robobot covers its older brother's standard boss roster and subdued level design with wild bosses and wickedly solid level design. Both stand alone, but together you have the uncontested best 2D platforming experience on the system. They're just good, strong Kirby games. Consistent, fun, awesome. True, they kind of just dance in place rather than march forward, but with schmoves like that, you're gonna need a hat factory to hold all the tips. Always. And forever. Will you be my bestest dream friend? As many times as I gave its successors the chance to steal it, nothing could pry my heart from the greatest Kirby game ever made. I repeat, with invincible confidence, Return to Dreamland is Hal's paramount gem. I can attest, your first friend teaches you happiness, your final teaches you life, but your best keeps you safe. For a time, I didn't really love Kirby games. Kinda just saw them as colorful time killers. Nothing really special, you know? Oh yeah, I had fun, but I could somehow never learn to respect the series. That all changed at the turn of the new decade, where the fossilized breaths of the fabled Kirby GCN were finally taken for the future he always deserved. Kirby didn't just come back, he was reborn. This glorious new outset would see every good reason to cherish that cancer-curing face explode into next-gen transcendence. All new graphics, high-end orchestrated soundtrack, cinematic execution of the innovative ability-snaring platformer we all adore, and the gateway to the ongoing modern renaissance. And it goes far beyond polishing the surface. Return to Dreamland made grand strides in improving and expanding everything, recapturing and fleshing out Marx's great betrayal with Magolor's superior story and emotional connection, revitalizing old abilities beyond even Superstar's reach, introducing major favorites like Water, Spear, and Leaf, escalating the fun to new heights with co-op, and widening the expanse of its universe through an increasingly cosmic world. It's inspiring to see what they managed with so much passion for what can be and what was. It's our same little puffball, but on a whole new scale. It's brilliant because it really is that simple. It's because of this game's devotion to rekindling its one-of-a-kind namesake that I was able to truly become a Kirby fan. What can I say? A good soul touches all. Bosses, stages, music, abilities, lasting impact. It's all S tier. Every major title since has followed its influence like a religion, and I hope you can remember why. The perfect Kirby game. I envisioned it many times, scared that it could never be. With every rest, I now know that dream will safely return every night. This is being Fawful's Minion. Stay puffy. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it up for the high-tier patrons. Shade 2800, Jordan Osceola, Tubazone 1989, Diamond Ice, Skellington 977, Mathtron 5000, Goldsbro TSG, Thomas Drury, Spark of Dusk 777, Cole the Wren's Castle, Jurway, Sensei Spyro, Lucario Smash 246, God fucking damn it, Alfredo Jones, Green Moonlight, Sephi 90, Nightmare Steel, Zero Z, Jake Arenstom, Morgan Arvite, Squeegee Luigi, Baltazar Rodriguez, John the Pink, Renaku, Lord of Shadow, Cortamanch 437, Azazel the Undying, Cody Thomas, Peter Shepard, Solitaire Seamus, Christopher, GTY 200, Belkin, Michael Boyd, Steve, Roberto Del Fuego, Grandmaster Augustus, and Smash Mario Pro 2000. May we meet again!